Why was the tax burden on peasants increased? The Jamindar often subject land to many subordinate lords who in turn collected a fixed amount of revenue from the peasant. This increased the tax burden of the peasants. Who launched the Farazi movement? Farazi movement was launched by Haji Shahidullah in 1818. What was the role played by Dudumian in Farazi movement? After the death of Shariadullah, the Farazi rebellion was led by his son Dudumian, who called upon the peasants not to pay tax. It gained popularity on a simple doctrine that land and all wealth should be equally enjoyed by the common folk. Dudumian laid emphasis on the egalitarian nature of religion and declared that land belongs to God and collecting rent or levying taxes on it was therefore against divine law. Why did the Santals clear the forest area around Raj Mahal Hill? Santals, scattered in various parts of eastern India, when forced to move out of their homeland during the process of creation of Jameens under permanent settlement, cleared the forest area around the Raj Mahal Hills. What is Santal Pargana division? In response, villages were raided and properties destroyed by the British. In 1855, an act was passed to regulate the territories occupied by the Santals. The act formed the territory into a separate division called Santal Pargana. Explain the term Kuntkati. The Munda people were familiar with the cooperative or collective farming known as Kuntkati, joint holding land system. What factors aggravated the miseries of the Munda people? The Munda people were also forcefully recruited as indentured laborers to work on plantations. In the 1890s, tribal chiefs offered resistance against the alienation of tribal people from their land and imposition of Beth Bihari or forced labor. List out the reasons for the significance of the events of 1857 to 58. This was the first major revolt of armed forces accompanied by civilian rebellion. The revolt witnessed the unprecedented violence perpetrated by both sides. The revolt ended the role of the East India Company and the governance of the Indian subcontinent was taken over by the British Crown. Write a note on doctrine of paramount. British claimed themselves as paramount, exercising supreme authority. New territories were annexed on the grounds that the native rulers were inept. Give an account of the doctrine of lapse. The doctrine of lapse: if a native ruler did not have male heir to the throne, the territory was to lapse into British India upon the death of the ruler. Satara, Sambalpur, parts of Punjab, Jhansi and Nagpur were annexed by the British through the doctrine of lapse. Why did the sepoys at Vellore protest against the new dress code? The sepoys at Vellore mutinied against the new dress code, which prohibited Indians from wearing religious marks on their foreheads and having whiskers on their chin, while proposing to replace their turbans with a round hat. It was feared that the dress code was part of their effort to convert soldiers to Christianity. Why did the sepoys at Barakpur refuse to travel by sea? In 1824, the sepoys at Barakpur near Calcutta refused to go to Burma by sea, since crossing the sea meant the loss of their caste. Name the organizations that took the initiative to float political outfits. Madras Native Association 1852, East India Association 1866, Pune Sarvajanik Sabha 1870, Madras Mahajana Sabha 1884, the Bombay Presidency Association 1885. List the 4 points of the Swadeshi program. The Swadeshi program included 4 points: boycott of foreign goods, boycott of government schools and colleges, courts, titles and government services, development of Swadeshi industries, national schools, recourse to armed struggle if British repression went beyond the limits of endurance. Give a brief note on the Montagu-Chelmsford Reform and the Rowlatt Act. In 1919, the British government announced the Montagu-Chelmsford Reforms, which promised gradual progress of India towards self-government. This caused deep disappointment to Indian nationalists. In a further blow, the government enacted the Rowlatt Act when provided for arbitrary arrest and strict punishment.